So this video we're going to be discussing everything Black Clover Mobile. Black Clover Mobile is the second gacha game to be releasing under the Black Clover IP after Black Clover Phantom Nights, which is now shut down. I did used to make a lot of videos on it, which is why I'm back again for this game. Now in this video I'll give you all the info that we know of so far. I tried to compile everything from the release date to gameplay to characters and more. Now there will be timestamps throughout the video. So you could go to whatever part you need. And honestly, this game is looking like very promising. So I'm extremely excited for it. Now, let's just go into it. As to what the actual game is called. So there are two actual official names for this, one for the global and one for the Japanese version. The global name is officially called Black Clover Mobile Rise of the Wizard King. Now as for the Japanese version, it is Black Clover Mobile Opening of Fate. Now they were both confirmed on the respective channels for global and JP. Personally, I'd rather Opening of Fate, but I think that Rise of the Wizard King does fit in more. Just, you know, Opening of Fate, OOF, oof, like come on. As for the beta and pre-registration, so there will be a beta on the 24th. Basically, we have to pre-register until the 24th, and then on the 24th actually, on that day, it is supposed to come out, stated by an FAQ. Now, it is also said that in the FAQ, it will only last a week up until the 1st of December. It is short, but we'll work with what we got. Now, as for the banners, the banner will most likely feature a Yami banner with a possible chance at William, Nozel, and Fuegoleon alongside him. As for Yami, he has been shown as a banner already in this image, but the rest haven't been. So we'll just need to see. Just that I'm saying they'll probably be there as they are all captains, right? I'm going to say they're SSRs, but they've also shown Charlotte, which is a captain, to be an SR. It's really hard to tell, honestly. Now, as for how to pre-register, you'll need to go on to both sites, and the official one, basically, first off, the official one, because that's the main one, and you should get an email confirmation from it. The confirmation basically is telling you that you're in, and it should say like something about a questionnaire. Now, if you do not get in, or if you don't see that email, you should take the other survey too, which is I'm pretty sure it's on Survey Cake. All that's going to be in the description. Now you're just going to want to fill out both and make sure that everything's good. And if you don't get the email, just try to find a way to get in, right? If you do want to get into the beta, of course. I think that the beta is going to be pretty good, even if it is only a week, which is really weird. Now, they talked about step-up summons, but I don't know if it's going to be in the beta. So the game was supposed to come out in 2022. I think like many people were very happy that it was like coming pretty soon, because we found out like beginning of 2022 and 2021, right? Now by the end, like in October, September, people were getting a bit wary, like how could it come out? We didn't get like any gameplay yet, right? Of course, it isn't coming out in 22 anymore. It is coming out in 2023. In the first 6 months up till June, they are allowed to release it. So I'm guessing we are going to be getting another beta sometime in like January, February, because it would be a bit weird if we didn't, especially considering this one's only a week. And I'm going to guess that one's going to be a bit more lengthy, maybe like 2-3 weeks. And, you know, it does suck that it's coming in the first half of 2023, but this does guarantee us better quality. The game is played 4-on-4, and we see in the first video, the intro, it's just them running in 4-on-4, right? We see the 4 on the left and the enemies, right? It's just like a nice little cutscene. It's nothing crazy. Now, for the second video, it actually provides us with a lot more information, from typings to roles to skills and how the turns work. Now, to start off, there are the typings. There are 3 typings: blue, red, and green. They're average, right? Now, blue is good against red, red against green, and green against blue, just like any other game, right? The characters on the bottom also have different roles, right? So we see that there are 3 different roles on the bottom, but in total we have 5 confirmed roles, being attacker, healer, tanker, supporter, and debuffer. It is a bit weird though that supporter and healer are different, but it does make sense. Now, obviously, I don't need to explain the roles. They do make sense. We see that William is either a supporter or healer, leaning more towards healer, I'm pretty sure. Now, Fuegoleon and Yami are both attackers, and Asta is a tank. When I first saw it, I thought all 3 of them were just the same typing, same thing. But no, it's very weird. Like, I literally just had an epiphany that the typings and roles are different. Now, There is the yellow line that you see, and that yellow line is known as a stamina gauge. And that seems to have a numerical value of up to 10, at least from what we know. I don't know, it could be different for different people, but it does have up to 10. Now, this basically lets you cast skills, and we could see on the screen, it lets you cast the 2 skills. One takes up the whole thing, one takes up 6. Now, of course, there are debuffs and buffs, blue being debuff and the reddish orange being buffs. You can see when Yami is ready to attack, it tells you what you have like type advantage over and disadvantage over, which is actually like really nice little thing. I'm pretty sure was in Slime Isekai Memories too, but I'll take it. Now, the turns are also something to know, just like quick little thing, and that second video did bring a lot of information, but the FAQ also helped with the info of rolls and stamina gauge. There was also an old style of gameplay, or at least we can say a different UI, and it did look much worse beforehand. Like, we could see that the turns were like really weirdly shown, and also like the skills looked weirder. I'm really happy they did switch it. Now, there are currently 3 rarities: Rare, SR, and SSR. There are a lot of confirmed characters and also characters that we just know exist because of videos or images. Now, first off, for the confirmed characters, they are Asta, Yuno, Noelle, Magna, Luck, Yami, Fuegoleon, Klaus, Mimosa, and William. I will have a link to a database in the description if you want to check out all the rarities. Just I feel like telling you the rarities would be a waste of time. Now, you can also say that Nozel was confirmed with Fuegoleon in the trailer, but not in the same way because every other character has gotten their own exclusive video or image on Twitter, where like Nozel was just the 3D animation with Fuegoleon, so it wasn't 100% confirmation. Makes sense? Now, for the characters we've seen from videos and other images, just like in ad promotions or videos, like in the first trailer they showed a lot of characters but have never fully confirmed them. In those, we've seen Finro, Charmy, Ghosh, Seke, Vanessa, Salim, Ravici, Heath, Mars, Charlotte, and Sally. And those are pretty much all the characters up to date that we've seen. But we see what the current team tab looks like. There are 4 characters, and there's also a support tab, which is a bit interesting. I think that that's going to be something to talk about. And maybe it's going to be like when a character dies, they come in, or it's just supporting you in a different way. Cannot be sure about that right now. And I'm really happy that we do see, or we know that there is like a power system, like a combat power system in this game. I love combat power systems, so this is a very good thing to have, for me at least. I'm very excited, and I hope you guys are about that. As for summons, we only know like a couple things about it. First off, it uses Black Jewel kind of looking currency similar to Phantom Knights. That's what it was called in Phantom Knights, so I'm just calling it that for now. It looks very similar. That was just seen from like the many screenshots that we've seen in game and like just videos. There are step up banners known. They did confirm it in an FAQ, and it seems that it's going to be pretty early on because it's already in the FAQ, so maybe like on release we'll get one. I just hope that the step up banners don't become oversaturated. That would really suck. As for guilds, they have been soft confirmed in the Discord, as there is a guild recruit tab, which they wouldn't have unless there are going to be guilds in the game. Now, if it was a mod that messed up on this, I would be extremely mad, and I think that it just makes sense for there to be squads or guilds, whatever you want to say. Now, we've seen this Black Bulls hideout video, which is probably where the squads will end up being. We'll probably be in there, all in the Black Bulls hideout. I don't think we'll be able to choose our squads. If we can, and we could go into like Crimson Lion or Golden Dawn, that would be sick, but I really don't think so. The dev team working on this team is Vic Games. It is a subsidiary of the company Pearl Abyss, and so far Vic Games has, from what I know to date, been working on 2 games, Black Clover Mobile being the first one. Now, Garena is the global publisher and global publisher only, which kind of sucks for global. If you want to look more into it, I'll link a Reddit post for you to check in the description. I think it is worth looking into and making a decision because they did kind of cuck League with their own version of it when they published it. So that is to consider. We'll have to think about it more in the future. Now, continuing on a better note, the team leader, Mr. Choi, came from Netmarble when he was working on Grand Cross as lead. Now, it's a really good thing because Grand Cross does have a certain level of quality, definitely guaranteed, and we could see that in the way that Black Clover has been produced. Now, going back to Garena, actually, they did invest $26 million into Vic Games, which makes sense why they want to be the publisher of something. 26 million definitely let them do a lot more stuff. Like, that is not a number to scoff at all. But hopefully it doesn't sacrifice the whole global version. But that's 100% going to have to be seen at a later date and not now. For official sources, there are both sites, global and Japanese, each having their own stuff. The global version is more for now just about the pre-registration, but the JP does have future tabs that are not out yet, like characters. There's also the 2 Twitters that post about any new characters and like the calendars, which honestly are kind of annoying. Then there's the Facebooks, both YouTubes, all that is going to be in the description for you guys to check out. Now, there are some Twitter people that I believe are definitely worth following. First off, there is Gikku, which posts about anything Black Clover Mobile and other games, but for Black Clover Mobile, he gets a lot of good information, and 99% of the time, it has been correct. Whenever he says something big's coming out, that week it does come out. If a whole month is dry, that week it's gonna come out as good stuff. There's also BC Clover Mobile EN, Dean, and there's also Yotsuba, but in my opinion, you should really check out Gikku, Dean, and BC Clover EN. As for Yotsuba, he was a beta tester from what it seems like. Could be wrong, and he could just be lying, but he has been somewhat reputable, so he is to be considered in it, right? As for these 4, definitely go check them out. They're all going to be on screen, so you can check their ats. And that's pretty much it. There is, final thing, there is a database that definitely I mentioned in the characters part, but I'll mention it again. Please check out the database in the future, especially. Maybe not right now, there's not that much information, but in the future, it will be definitely useful to have. Now, that is all for the video. I hope you guys found out what you needed to from this video. I tried to get as much information as I can, and I'm pretty sure up to date, I have at least like a good 90-95% of information that will be useful to everyone. I'm really excited about the release. And once again, with the beta a week away, you guys should consider subscribing for new videos on Black Clover Mobile. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'm just excited. See you guys in the next one.